is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The saga of the Dane County Jail continues as city leaders are still trying to hammer out an agreement for renovations. This is how the proposals have worked out over the past several years. The initial plan came out to be about $24 million over budget, but also was the biggest project with the ability to house the most people. The second proposal, a little smaller facility at 6 stories, a collaboration between the Sheriff's Office and Public Works Department, but still about $5 million over budget. And this latest one, not officially a proposal yet, but being introduced by the county board chair. Likely the smallest project, but also in budget.
The first 2 resolutions are currently making their way through the committee process. That third option is an effort to solve a problem that will still be there should the county board fail to pass either of them. Tahlil Mohadeen joins us now with more.
All 3 options mean closing the severely outdated city-county building, which all parties agree needs to happen and fast. But how to do that and how much to spend is where they disagree.
Everything up to this point has indicated that this project, as it is currently designed, will not come in under budget.
A $24 million cost overrun to the Dane County Jail Consolidation Project has some county leaders wanting to head back to the drawing board.
Can we do that within budget? And I think the answer is yes.
But Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says keeping the project under budget could come at a cost to the residents, and he wants more information.
Until there is additional information that sends us in a different direction, I'm going to go with the 10+ years of studying and over $15 million worth of research.
Barrett's not ready to abandon his original proposal for a new 7-story building with 922 beds.
I will fight for a facility that provides them with humanity, dignity, respect, and an opportunity to rehabilitate.
Beds, he says, allows them more flexibility to manage jail residents more humanely.
Based off of their classification, whether they're medium behavioral, maximum behavioral, or minimal behavioral.
County Board Chair Annalise Eicher, meanwhile, is looking to other avenues to manage the population.
Reforms that we're implementing across the county, including the Crisis Triage Center, the Madison Cares program, all aimed at diversion, which should help lower our jail population.
Still, Barrett says he's confident the board will make coming to a decision on the existing proposals their #1 priority.
The timeline that I have is I'm going to go with the exact wording that was used by the Dane County Board, and that is due haste.
The resolutions are currently going through committee, but if the full county board fails to approve plans, they could choose to leave that decision to the public via referendum in November.
And another project proposal we're keeping an eye on, this one in the city of Middleton. Last night, the city's Common Council approved the first steps for potential renovations to the airport. Among some of the proposed improvements in the master plan, the purchase of nearby farmland for new and expanded runways and a new hangar development. Last night's vote only opened conversations about the plan and not any actual construction projects.
To our south tonight, winter's fury working its way across a huge swath of the central U.S., forcing thousands of flights to be canceled and making roads treacherous in more than a dozen states. Parts of Missouri and Illinois have already seen close to a foot of snow. And in other states like Oklahoma, it is freezing rain. Well, let's get a look at what's in store for us. Here is meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
All is calm on the patio right now. Pretty cold outside, though. That snow event still moving through much of the heart of the country. You can see that to the south there. Stretching again from Texas all the way up to the New England area, bringing not just snow, but rain, some mixed precipitation, sleet and ice at times, and freezing rains. This is quite a doozy, again, stretching from Texas throughout most of the Midwest at this point, Wisconsin not included. Now, it's cold on the patio, but not that cold just yet. Off to the northwest, we have wind chill advisories in effect overnight for the Twin Cities northwest of La Crosse, where wind chills already at about 15 to 30 below zero. Our wind chills in the single digits below zero could drop a little bit more for us tonight, with temperatures expected to drop down to the mid-single digits. Now, Thursday afternoon and Friday morning will be even colder outside before a bit of a rebound in our temperatures next week. We'll take a closer look at your 10-day in just a few minutes.
We're learning more tonight about the shooting outside of Milwaukee High School yesterday. A total of 5 people were shot in the parking lot after a basketball game following an argument they say started online.
Kids in our city were shot over Facebook, social media. And the worst part about it is that while those kids were shot, it was the adults in their lives that brought the guns into the equation.
Police say they are still searching for the suspect, who is a known 20-year-old man. 4 of the 5 victims were teenagers. All 5 are expected to survive. At the state capitol today, Democratic lawmakers are introducing legislation that would reinstate a 48-hour waiting period for anyone wanting to buy a gun. It was 7 years ago when Republican Governor Scott Walker initially repealed the law.
A 65-year-old woman who suffered serious injuries following a hit-and-run crash on Madison's east side over the weekend has died from her injuries. The police department says she passed away Monday. That crash happened Saturday morning on Milwaukee Street at North Stoughton Road. The suspect reportedly ran from the scene and was arrested after a short standoff. The federal civil rights trial for 3 former Minneapolis police officers indicted in connection with George Floyd's killing has now been delayed. Today, the judge adjourned court until Monday morning, saying one of the defendants tested positive for COVID. However, the judge didn't say which defendant it was. The U.S. Army today announcing any soldier who refuses a COVID vaccination will be fired. Army Secretary Christine Wormuth issued a statement saying, quote, unvaccinated soldiers present a risk to the force and jeopardize readiness. She says involuntary separation proceedings will begin for any unvaccinated soldier who does not have an approved exemption or a pending request. The policy also applies to active duty reservists.
SSM Health hosting a vaccination event today at a Middleton retirement community. They were at the Jefferson giving out booster shots. All staff are fully vaccinated and nearly 100% of their residents are vaccinated as well. SSM expected to give out around 35 boosters today. Well, most people equate getting vaccinated with doctors' offices, pharmacies, and health clinics. But as the case with many things, COVID changed that. Christina Laurie explains.
But what we saw with COVID, unlike other vaccines, is the number of shots that we give at these community events is also high.
When Dane County doctors started vaccinating our community 1 year ago, they made a promise.
Some of us are just busy, and bringing the vaccine to them makes sense.
To meet people where they are.
Some people prefer to go to work or school and get the shot there. So they don't have to make an appointment. They don't have to get out of their way and go to another place or stop somewhere else.
And it's a promise they've kept. New numbers from SSM Health show 15% of all COVID vaccines are given outside typical healthcare settings, a record. To date, SSM doctors have given more than 330,000 doses. 20,000 boosters.
You know, being a physician, I love data, right?
Now they're focusing on boosting both as Omicron deaths continue to climb and subvariants emerge.
There was a wane in, effectiveness down, from about 90% initially down to about 60%. The booster brought us back up to about 95% effectiveness.
Starting this week, SSM is once again making a pop-up clinic push.
When you look at the people who are getting admitted to the hospitals, people who have been boosted have far less chance of getting, admitted.
Hosting a series of events focused on older and more vulnerable people, but open and encouraged to all.
People were also saying, well, I got COVID anyway, so why get the vaccine? And I think that the difference is that the vaccines may not prevent illness, but they prevent serious illness. And I think that's the message that we want to keep on bringing home.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
And you can search for the nearest pop-up clinic by just searching your zip code on our website, channel3000.com. New tonight, Madison's K-9 officers are in the process of getting fitted for new, lighter bulletproof vest. Last month, the department reached out to the public for donations. Well, their goal was reached in under 48 hours. The department says the old vests were too heavy for the dogs to wear for the full duration of their shift and are only put on during high-risk situations if time allows.
Confederate monuments have been a topic of great controversy in the U.S. in recent years. 73 of them were removed last year. The Southern Poverty Law Center says that means the U.S. still has 723 Confederate monuments standing. Those who want the memorials to remain say they are important pieces of history and part of Southern heritage. Others view them as symbols of racism in the U.S. dating back to the Civil War. A star witness in former President Trump's 2019 Ukraine impeachment is suing some Trump allies. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman has filed a lawsuit lawsuit against Donald Trump Jr., Rudy Giuliani, and former Trump White House staffers, alleging they tried to intimidate him from testifying and then retaliated against him when he did. Vindman, who served on the National Security Council, testified about a phone call between then President Trump and Ukraine's president.
President Biden today announcing an ambitious goal, an initiative he hopes will cut cancer deaths by half over the next 2 decades. Cancer patients and survivors listened at the White House. The president is relaunching the Cancer Moonshot, an initiative he started as vice president in 2016. The effort also aims to improve the experience of people living with the disease.
We can end cancer as we know it. This is a presidential White House priority, period.
Part of the plan is to offer new access points to make cancer screenings easier, including home and mobile health screenings, with a focus on those most at risk. The Biden administration says more than 9 million people put off cancer screenings during the pandemic. The Cancer Moonshot will also establish a so-called cancer cabinet with officials from multiple federal agencies, and it calls for partnerships with private health companies and academic institutions.
The late Bob Dole, a former U.S. Senate Majority Leader and Republican presidential nominee, was buried with military honors today at Arlington National Cemetery. About 100 close family members and former colleagues took part in a small private ceremony. The longtime Kansas lawmaker died December 5th of lung cancer at the age of 98. And still to come tonight, did Jimmy the Groundhog see his shadow? We'll let you know if he thinks an early spring is on the way. And Governor Evers announces tens of millions of dollars in tourism grants. See what projects in our area will benefit. That's next.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 10.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Taking a chance. Family. Like birds of a feather. Family. Kick off your shoes and dance. Hey.
Some traditions just keep getting better and better. Ford F-Series, the official truck of the NFL, and America's best-selling trucks now for the 45th year in a row.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Laminator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get revved up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Winter is prime time for carbon monoxide poisoning. It's our time for Kids Experts tell you what you should never do if your power or furnace goes out.
And we continue to track Arctic cold moving into Wisconsin. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Popular tourist destinations across Wisconsin getting a boost today after Governor Tony Evers announces a new round of grants worth more than $20 million.
You know, tourism is a $17.3 billion industry in our state. And even in 2020, it's supporting more than 150,000 jobs.
The governor made the announcement today in Green Bay. The grants are funded by the American Rescue Plan. Some of the local projects getting funding. Dane County received $3.2 million to fund improvements to the Align Energy Center. Friends of the Great Sauk Trail received $65,000 to repair a bridge over the Wisconsin River. The Village of Oregon received $100,000 for install of public art. Wisconsin Dells was given $3.5 million for a public entertainment plaza. And the Old Brick Botanical Society awarded $145,000 to improve accessibility.
A program that has helped keep many restaurants afloat the past few years could outlast the very pandemic that produced it. Last night, the City Council in Madison took the first step toward approving outdoor dining expansion, which has supported 175 Madison businesses. Streetery, as the city calls it, allows businesses to place tables in designated roads and parking lots. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway sponsored new ordinances that would allow eligible sidewalk cafes to expand their services onto the surrounding sidewalk and also streets nearby.
When the pandemic hit, you know, we were really looking for ways to support, particularly our restaurants, and really just leapt into action to make it possible for more places to have outdoor seating.
The program was set to expire in April after getting an extension last year. The council's referral last night needs to clear several committees before a final vote tentatively set for mid-March. It may cost you more to get your favorite Starbucks drink soon. The company says it's planning additional price hikes this year. The coffee chain raised its U.S. prices in October and again just last month in January. And today, during a call, CEO Kevin Johnson added that the company is planning even more hikes.
A new poll shows Americans are simply not very happy. According to a new Gallup poll, only 38% of Americans say they are satisfied. The number of people who indicated they were not too happy hit a new record high at 24%. Similarly, people who said they were very happy reached a record low at just 19%. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame releasing the nominees for the class of 2022. Artists and groups include Dolly Parton, A Tribe Called Quest, Beck, Devo, Duran Duran, Lionel Richie, and Carly Simon. Rapper Eminem also made the ballot this year, the first year he was eligible. Now through April 29th, fans can also vote at vote.rockhall.com. Inductees will be announced in May with a ceremony in the fall. The Washington football team officially has a new name. This morning, the NFL team announced on social media it will now be named the Washington Commanders. The Commanders also unveiled a new logo, which features a stylized W in 2 colors. The team has been the Washington football team for 2 seasons now after changing its name in 2020.
We are getting a sneak peek today inside the new chemistry instructional tower on the UW-Madison campus. They say with advanced laboratories, modern lecture rooms, and flexible collaborative spaces, it offers an upgraded learning experience for the university's most popular courses. Sitting at the intersection of University Avenue and North Mills, construction on the new 9-story tower started back in 2018, and this is the first semester it's been open. Some good news today from a furry little friend in Sun Prairie. Jimmy the Groundhog did not see his shadow this morning, and that means an early spring is coming to southern Wisconsin. The Groundhog Day ceremony returned as an in-person event in downtown Sun Prairie this year after last year's event was held virtually.
Well, this popped up as a Facebook memory for me today. 11 years ago, we had a blizzard. I was working the morning show. I couldn't get out of my driveway, so I snowshoed to work. What had always been just a 2-minute commute now took me 52 minutes to get here. And I'm not lying when I say most of this was going uphill. And Dana, I don't know how much snow we got when that was all over, but to me it felt like 5 feet.
Oh.
And certainly happy we did not get anything like that. That's nasty today.
I cannot imagine snowshoeing at 2 in the morning through Madison to try to get to work. So that was quite a superhuman feat. And for us, of course, course, we have not seen any snow coming down in southern Wisconsin. Areas to the south, they've seen a lot of snow coming through for the last 36 hours. In fact, we look ahead to tonight and Thursday, and winter storm warnings still extend through Oklahoma all the way up to the New England area. A new color popping up compared to what we saw last night. This deep purple, an ice storm warning now includes southern Indiana and into parts of Kentucky. Now, notice the ice accumulation with this event could easily get close to a half of an inch. So really quite a mess expected along with this area that's already received a lot of snowfall. Still expected to see snow and rain and now ice over the next 36 hours. So this system has brought quite an impact to travel conditions to the south, impacting airlines, impacting, of course, our roadways right now. If you're looking at any travel conditions in southern Wisconsin, the good news, we haven't had any snow coming down. Things have cleared up pretty nicely for most of our roadways after a few nice warm days. If you want a little more snowpack on the ground, you have to go pretty far north of Wausau even, to see closer to that foot on a ground range, or further to the south. You go down to central Illinois into Missouri right now. This bullseye target over a foot of accumulation for much of that area coming through in the last 24 hours or so. So a lot of the video coming out has just been incredible. Beautiful at times, also a little dangerous on the roadways. For us, a little cloudy currently. Temperatures overnight dropping to the mid-teens. For tomorrow, partly, or mid-single digits for tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the mid to low teens with partly sunny sky. This breeze coming in from the northeast. For Friday, it's going to get a little colder. Friday, our overnight lows will be below zero with wind chills possibly down to 15 below zero for early in the morning. Afternoon, high temperatures will climb up into the teens again. We could see a few flurries swirling around, scattered flurries for us Friday afternoon, though it doesn't look like that's going to lead to, of course, any accumulation on top of what we have on the ground right now. And some folks might not even see any snowflakes swirling around. So the next few days will be cold outside. It's a cold into the week, a dry stretch through the weekend and through most of next week. Next week's also going to bring along some milder days. For the middle of the week, we'll see the mid to low 30s, and that's just going to eat away even more at our snowpack right now. Temperatures tomorrow in the low teens, partly sunny sky and very cold outside. We'll stay in the teens for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We get up to the mid 20s, a little closer to average. Seasonably cold to start off the work week, and by the middle of next week, those temperatures will climb to the mid to low 30s for afternoon highs. Overnight lows near 20 degrees, and our only opportunity aside from some flurries on Friday might be to see some more flurries next Thursday and Friday. So not seeing that moisture build in. A very dry 10-day expected for us into next week, the second week of February.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers beat down in Champaign. Now an off night from 3, doomed Wisconsin. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
No two accidents are the same, so don't let the insurance company treat you just like another number. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We'll give you the attention you need. We've helped tens of thousands of people get the money they deserve. One call, that's all.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 16 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game. So you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.49% APR for 60 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
To those who take care of others, who come to work each and every day, and continue to give their all. To those who work tirelessly, who help us stay safe and healthy, and show compassion for those in need. To our more than 3,400 pharmacists and farm techs across the Midwest, we say thank you.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Join Planet Fitness today for zero enrollment. Zero. Like a bagel. And it's only $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Bagels are awesome.
Enjoy tons of equipment for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zones. But the part that'll really get you going is that post-workout high. Look at that glow.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's this place, I tell you. Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 2nd.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
I was hurt in an accident, my bills are piling up, and I could really use some money right now. I'm so glad I didn't let the insurance company pressure me into a settlement. Gruber Law Offices got my bills paid and made sure my future was protected.
One call, that's all.
The saying is, it's a big game because it's the next one on the schedule. But in this case, it actually is a pretty darn big game. Wisconsin and Illinois tied atop the Big Ten standings with Michigan State. So a win tonight would go a long way toward a conference championship. Tyler Wall is doing his part. The slam puts the Badgers up 2 in the first half. Now, they trailed by 4 at the break, and this just sums up their night from three-point range. Stephen Crowell gets the ball stuck. Wisconsin, ice cold from deep. They missed their first 13 triples and finished just 3 of 24. Kofi Coburn, however, was not. The big man scored 37 points. Badgers fall 80-67, the final. Tomorrow night, the Badger women's basketball team will try and do something nobody has done all year. Slow down Caitlin Clark. The Iowa sophomore leads the country in scoring, averaging over 26 points per game, and she's coming off a 43-point performance. So Marissa Mosley knows that that task for her team gonna be easier said than done.
She's a phenomenal player, and like I said, she's going to be that phenomenal player. I think the biggest thing is if you can try to contain her to the best of your ability. But, you know, the other night she got 41 and Ohio State still won. Yeah. So it's one person can't beat you by themselves. It's when she's able to get her teammates involved and do that. That's when you really start to get into trouble.
It's been a while since the UW women's hockey team has had a home series. Their last at LeBon was over a month ago. But that changes this weekend when Wisconsin hosts Duluth on Friday and Saturday night. And the Badgers couldn't be happier to be back home, especially after their recent 5-day road trip. Well, everyone's happy except maybe Mark Johnson, who was looking forward to having his team continue that NHL schedule.
Monday, we were supposed to charter to St. Louis to play St. Louis, Wednesday night, and then bus up to Chicago and, play them and make it really an NHL type schedule. So, but to answer your question, yeah, it's nice to be back home.
Yeah, for sure. It was a long trip. Physically, I think by Monday, we were really exhausted. Mentally, we were exhausted.
And we're back after this.
It's January clearance time at A1 Furniture with 10 to 40% off store-wide and tax included on any purchase over $4.99. Huge selection in stock for immediate pickup or delivery, plus 1 year free financing.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Madison. 1 weekend only. Alliant Energy Center. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age. Featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground. And a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. This weekend only. Alliant Energy Center. Tickets at DinosaurAdventure.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Weather can be weathered,
with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Hurry in to get a great offer on a weather-ready Ford SUV. Visit your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
At no fault of their own during the bitter cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On February 10th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 90 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth. Sponsored by Viridian Homes.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more, keeping only the best of the best on our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Get the best deals on name brand mattresses only at A1 Furniture's January clearance event. Save 10 to 40% off and get tax included on any purchase over $499, plus 1 year free financing.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
How sharks could hold the key to curing cancer. Thursday at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
You know, I haven't had an opportunity to snowshoe yet this season. I'm totally willing to do that, but just not under conditions that 11 years ago.
How about no?
No, that's what I needed to know. If Charlotte still had the snowshoes and if you were still willing to go out and snowshoe.
I love snowshoeing, just not in that kind of weather.
Just again,
not anymore.
Why don't you go down to Central Illinois tonight? You could probably do some.
Oh, I probably could.
St. Louis is covered in snow right now.
Yeah, Mom has a lot of ice there. So there's a lot of ice skating at Mom's house.
That's the concern right now, guys. To the south, a lot of snow, the slick conditions mixing in. Nothing in the forecast for us. That's the good news. We've been dry, of course, for the last few days, and that's how it looks like it's going to stay through most of the 10-day. Tomorrow, another cold day. Temperatures will be in the teens for afternoon highs. Overnight lows dropping below 0 for Friday morning. Friday, we're in the teens. Saturday, Sunday, and the start of next week, close to average in the 20s, with a little bit of a jump up in our temperatures for the middle of the week, back to the 30s. And a small chance for some flurries by the end of next week, but in general, a very dry stretch for the 10-day.
All right, Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.